I decided quite some time ago that when I was getting into the Twitch thing, I wanted to do a wrestling show. That's right. So this is the first inaugural episode of Hey, did you see this match? Tonight I'm going to run down three matches that I've kind of curated this afternoon. One from a local indie called NSW. This week on Dark, Nyla fought Max the Impaler, which is a pretty big deal. So I wanted to share that with everyone. And finally, I just wanted to share a match from Stardom because Stardom is the best Joshi wrestling in the world, and I thought it would be interesting to play a match for everyone. So if you join me, that's great. I appreciate everybody who comes through and checks things out. I wanted to have like a news segment at the top of this show, but basically the only thing that's really happened this week so far is that Jeff Hardy once again has gotten a DUI, which is sad. It's deflating. For a long time now, I actually thought that he was okay. It seemed like he was okay. He had a decent run in WWE before leaving WWE and going to AEW. And you sort of like assume these wrestlers are clean and sober if they're going to be wrestling matches, but he had kind of a weird showing at the last pay-per-view. People just suspected that he was broken and beaten, but the other night, 2 nights ago now I believe, or I'm not a journalist, so I'm going to try to explain this as best I can. 2 nights ago, he went and had like at a Dave & Buster's in Florida. He had a meet and greet with Matt Hardy and Rebby Hardy, which was a rare to have the whole family together like that. And then he performed after, and then on the way home, he got pulled over and got nabbed for a DUI. And the unfortunate thing here too is according to TMZ, there were actually officers who drew their weapons on him, which is not great. There is video of it on TMZ. I'm not going to play it here because I find footage like that gross because it's like, police cam footage. And then he was supposed to have a big match this week against the AEW Tag Team Champs, Jungle Express. And they can't do that now, obviously, because they had to suspend Jeff Hardy without pay. And I think that, like, since Jeff Hardy's had so many run-ins with DUIs, it's kind of like, this man needs to go to a treatment center. There needs to be some sort of intervention. But I guess AEW sort of hired him knowing that he had these problems, so he's sort of their like problem, right? So they issued a statement that said until he gets treatment, he's going to be suspended without pay, which I think is a step in the right direction. And of course, they will offer to give him the treatment. But that being said, I personally think that he should have faced a harsher judgment. Because honestly, like, I understand that if you have a addiction, that's a disease. But if you decide to get behind the wheel of a car while inebriated, that's selfish, So it's not a great look for the company right now. And there's nothing else that really can stand against that as far as news goes. But in some light-hearted news, I am excited for tomorrow night on Dynamite when we are going to see Wardlow fight 20 local talents in the guise of a 20 versus 1 gauntlet match. And they're the security guards. And this has been issued by Smart Mark Sterling for that feud. So anyway, this is sort of the format. At the beginning of the show, I'm gonna talk wrestling news as best I can. Like I said, I'm not a journalist. Maybe I will down the road do a little bit better at that, but I did want to bring that up. And if you are having issues, seek help. And okay, so now that we've started this on a down note, let's get to the first match. So this first match is from a local company called NSW, New School Wrestling. They have I used to announce for a company here in Toronto called Superkicked, and a lot of the wrestlers that wrestle there have gone through NSW, and tonight is no different because a couple of pals of mine who wrestle over there are actually in this match. This is for I forget which title it's for, but I was really interested. It's a triple threat match between Stratosphere, Space Monkey, and Mark Wheeler. So without further ado, I'll switch over to that. I also would like to work on sort of getting this to be a bit more seamless, because as it stands, it's not the most seamless. You will see my desktop briefly, but I think that's I think that's okay. Let's see here. Technical difficulties. So at least you get to hear me sing a little song about technical difficulties. Let's see here. Okay, share that. That's shared. Let's get the sound shared. And let's
the Union Heavyweight Championship.
Essentially, I don't
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
I don't want to do commentary.
Overload. I'm Matthew Terry, and I am flying solo.
I will probably talk over the commentary a little bit
to you. Our
but
gift
for the
to
most
you.
part, I would
Wrestling
like to
gift to you.
let the commentary breathe a little bit.
Three-way match for the Union
So this is Stratosphere here.
Championship. Being introduced first, Stratosphere. Very impressive young man, looking to put some championship gold around his waist. However, like the other two competitors in this match,
I love the aesthetic of
it's going to be a very tough hill to climb.
Match. Here's Mark
Competitor
Wheeler.
number 2 is one half
pretty big deal
of
at
the
Superkicked.
NSW Tag Team Champions. He is the Golden Gun, Mark Wheeler.
Weirdly
Looking to
enough,
become
it's
a
not
double
showing.
champion
Did I forget
here
to switch
in
on
New
OBS
School
over to-
Wrestling.
Yes. Ha! Sorry, friends. Once again, working everything out. There we go. Sorry about that. I guess if we're going to do a wrestling show, you want to actually see the wrestling.
And your final competitor, the reigning and defending Union Champion.
So the Union Championship is what's at stake here. And that, of course, is Space Monkey. So I'm not going to... I did work in the wrestling business for several years, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, I know this guy and I know that guy and blah, blah, blah. Nobody wants to hear about that. What I will say, though, is when I was training, the first person I ever locked up with during training was Space Monkey.
Just a reminder, this is one fall to a finish.
What's up, Zifritz? Welcome. Welcome to the wrestling show. Sit back. We're gonna watch a couple matches. If you missed it, these are some folks that I have worked with in the past. They're, it's weird to talk about wrestling in this context because I just want to sit here and tell you about what they're like behind the scenes. But for the sake of kayfabe, they're all dicks, except for Space Monkey, who is an actual monkey from space. So he doesn't say much. Stratosphere is part of the Cure. It's a faction in Superkicked, company I used to announce for, and I hate them. We hate each other.
Myers displaying that championship belt. The challenger number 1, Stratosphere. Challenger number 2.
But this match should be a banger because these guys are all extremely talented wrestlers.
To the current champion, Space Monkey. This might be the last time he sees that championship up close.
And I love a packed crowd in a gymnasium. It feels so intimate, but it also feels like a.
Men very innovative.
This could if you're a brand new wrestler and you come out, this is fight or flight. Like this is, you gotta cut your teeth in front of crowds like this. Yes, Fritz, of course. I do have to keep kayfabe alive. Because it is alive and well, and it's real, and wrestling is real.
With Mark Wheeler.
Are they drinking from the banana?
Looks like Stratosphere will not be partaking.
So Space Monkey was actually a pirate for a while, so I think that's why he's wearing a bandana.
Oh, Mark Wheeler. I didn't quite catch that. Space Monkey may have spit whatever is in that flask onto Mark Wheeler. All three competitors trying to compose themselves.
He's a monkey. He's an actual monkey.
Looks like we're going to get this a three-way lockup.
A three-way lockup.
Round they go.
That's something you don't see very often in a triple threat match, but it's a good little move. The crowd seems to like it.
No one taking advantage. Oh, Stratosphere and Mark Wheeler both
double headlock.
A foot in. However, a little
so if you don't know the rules of a triple threat match, there are no rules, essentially. You can do whatever you want. Basically, any match that is multiple competitors
Stratosphere and Mark Wheeler
indicates that it's
going to the safety,
is going to be a
Mark Wheeler able to get out of the way.
no holds barred situation. I'm just going to turn the commentary down a little bit. I guess that's kind of interesting with the commentary. He kind of does half the work for me.
Solid right hand from Mark Wheeler. He has the tail of Space Monkey. Oh.
So how's everybody in chat doing tonight?
Boot to the back of the head from Mark Wheeler. Once again, three
Also, if you have any better ideas for the name of this show, I thought, Hey, did you see this match was a good one. Unfortunately, I won't be playing any, like... The AEW match I'm going to show next is a little bit, like, I don't know if I should show it, just because it's pretty licensed content, but I will say I don't own any of this. I'm just playing it off of YouTube, and I figure if it's on YouTube, it's okay. I'm not going to be able to monetize any of this anyway. And I guess if there's any content that gets DCMA'd, it would just be... Oh my god, look at those stomps. They've got him by the tail. Like, come on. Come on, Stratosphere. Leg drop to the tail. Massive. Knee drop to the tail. That tail is lethal, though.
Using the tail to cut off the oxygen to Space Monkey. The champion.
So as I was saying, I'm probably not going to play like WWE because they're notoriously bad about pulling down content. Oh, here you go. On screen right now, you can see all of their social medias. I do highly recommend give a follow to all of these social medias. Because this is as local and as indie as it gets, and you got to support local, right down to wrestling, you know. And if you live in Ontario, you can see these guys all over. Especially now that the pandemic is, you know, wound down a bit.
Again, Wheeler choking Space Monkey. Oh, at the same time, Stratosphere. The point of his foot into the rib cage. Space Monkey trying to fight back. Knife edge chop for Wheeler. Chop for Stratosphere. Champion trying to get a rally go. Oh, bicycle.
Thanks to Fritz. Yeah, the Hey Did You See This naming convention makes it very easy to name a bunch of different shows. And I actually had a podcast before this that was like super niche. I don't know if you remember the television program Blossom, but it was called Blossom Buddies, kind of like Bosom Buddies, which is where we got the like lampooned idea from. And I always wanted to create a series of shows that used the buddies like tag. So like I would do a wrestling show called Wrestling Buddies, or a video game show called Game Buddies. But that kind of, we finished the show, but my co-host, he had a kid, and he didn't have time to like come up with 100 different show ideas. Luckily, I knew Steve and Kaylin. Luckily, they wanted to do a movie podcast, and that's how it started. But now that we're on Twitch, we got 7 days. We got 7 days in the week. He is just a monkey, said Fritz. But he's a lethal monkey, and he's from space. And look, once he gets going, he'll flip and flop all over the ring. Whew, that was a close one. Almost pinned both competitors. Oh my god. I'm just saying what commentary is saying like seconds before commentary says it. That's why I didn't want to just talk over commentary and do commentary. I wanted to more so comment. Yeah. A double underhook knee. That was a great move. Boom. That was a... he just stiffed him a little bit there. So Fritz says the spots in this match are beautiful. Yeah, man, these guys a little bit of outside of the ring, if you will. The three of them were trained by, I would say, the best trainer, one of the best trainers in Ontario. There's a couple names. Former WWE superstar Santino Marella does train. He didn't train these guys. But, oh, Mark Wheeler tries a kip up. Oh, Stratosphere tries a kip up. Come on, Space Monkey. Hit it. Look, he's going to hit it. He's going to nail. Oh, no. There. Oh. There's a fucking kip up hope spot. He just gets up. There we go. Oh.
Bicycle kick, all three men back down on the canvas. Brad Myers checking on all three competitors. Stratosphere looking for a quick roll up.
And I know that you're right, Fritz, too. Like, the spots in this match are beautiful because it's not easy to do a coherent triple threat match.
Close to a new Union champion, Stratosphere. What's he got? Small package, 1, 2. Wheeler able to escape. Mark Wheeler seemingly wanting to be the level-headed one of this contest. Can't quite hear what he's proposing.
He's proposing, let's take out Space Monkey.
Space Monkey. As I spoke
You're just a monkey. Boom! Mark Wheeler has such an excellent super kick, man. You don't want to take that either. It's fucking it's very snug. Boom! There we go. And still. And still. That's great. Space Monkey used to come out to that song Spaceman by Biff Naked. Yeah, Fritz, I always think about how his tail is a lot like Bianca Belair's hilarious hair. Oh, Solo's another guy that I trained with. Okay. So I'm going to try to do this this transition as smoothly as possible. Luckily, I pulled the matches all up. So go on to the next match. They do multi-woman tag matches where Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero come out with a whole bunch of people. May Segura. No, is that who's in the next match? Anyway, well, yeah, it was super quick. Much like a wrestling pay-per-view where you like don't know how long the matches are going to be. The second match was just an absolute that kind of cuts my show down. We're only 25 after the hour and I'm already through 2 of my matches. But if that's what it is, that's what it is. But this next thing, I want to watch some Joshi wrestling. I want to show the Joshi wrestlers. And I think it might be a similar thing with Stardom, where I got to be careful about what I show. Again, I don't own any of this. I'm just playing it off YouTube. But without further ado, this is AZM versus... Oh, this is May Segura. I was thinking of Emmy... she's dresses like Prince, or she dresses like Freddie Mercury, and she's got like a queen gimmick right now. So Fritz says they did really well for the time they were given. Well, the thing is like, now that Tony Khan owns ROH, they can have that match for a title down the road. They can have that match again in a different context. I don't think Dark was the right place to give away an 8-minute match between those two. But it is the kind of place to give away, a 2-minute little, let's see what they look like wrestling each other. So this next match, like I said, is Stardom. Subscribe to this channel because Stardom is great. Whoops. Like I said, I don't own this, but this is May Segura, Suruga, who wrestles in AEW from time to time, and AZM, who's the High Speed Champion, who I'm not familiar with her work, but High Speed Championship sounds like a cruiserweight situation. So hopefully we get a little bit of back and forth out of this. I love Joshi wrestling, and I can fully thank AEW for that, at least. Say what you will about their women's division, but they've actually given the women, especially Joshi wrestling, a lot of room to breathe. See, that's some different stuff right there. I don't even know how to describe what you would call that. Just did a little dance move with her. See, I don't know their gimmicks. I don't know their Japanese gimmicks. I know May Segura, her gimmick when she would be on Dark and stuff would be like, look at me, I want to be looked at, I'm the star, because she was rolling around with Emmy. It's when they had Lulu Pencil with them too, I believe. So Fritz says, oh man, this is going to be brutal. Yes. And Zifritz or anybody else who's watching, if you have any suggestions on matches you'd like to see on here that you think may be fine to watch for free, you know, do it. This stream, unfortunately, is going to be too short for randos to pop in, I think, because if this match only goes 10 minutes, usually I don't get people to start popping in until an hour or so, but if you stay tuned after this, I think Steve's going to pop on and play some Sea of Thieves. Oh my god, 2 3/4. Just stomping her gut. Hey, watch the hair. Oh my god. She's like, did I do that? That was amazing. She's gonna do it again? Where's the ref? So, the thing about Joshi Wrestling, Stardom, Choco Pro, and DDT, to a lesser extent, is there's a lot of comedy spots in it. There's a lot of, like, wackiness. But then they'll haul off and just kick each other into another dimension. And man, everything looks so brutal. Like, they're such good workers. And I've actually wanted to get into Stardom for a while, so I'm hoping that through this show, assuming of course I don't get DCMA'd for showing Stardom on this, maybe I'll learn a thing or two about some new wrestlers. I just know Mei Segura, and I like her a lot. I think she's great. But this AZM seems pretty great too. And she's the high-speed champ. And just like that, I put on Joshi Wrestling and a 4th person jumped in. What's up, Brian Gate? No, I don't know. This isn't about as Japanese as it gets, so I don't know anything about these wrestlers and what the context is. I just heard him say Choco Pro Champion. But other than that, I have no idea. Oh my god. Are you kidding? Look at that. That was crazy. I looked over to my stream for the live play. I don't know. That was awesome, though. That's like she thinks she's The Rock. Or Chris Jericho. Mei Segura is the Chris Jericho of Japan. You heard it here first, folks. Boom! Oh! Oh, who's this now? Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, those must be like the... So, in New Japan Wrestling, they have the things called the Young Lions who hang out outside the ring. They bring ice and water to the wrestlers after the matches. They're the guys that are training at the New Japan Dojo. And I think Stardom is tangentially related to New Japan, so they might have a similar farm system, and the people at ringside there, not the guys that are obviously filming and taking pictures, but like the women who are like hitting the ring and getting taking bumps. She also looks like a wrestler. So Fritz says, I whispered a playlist that could possibly work if you want to take a gander before playing them. I absolutely do. And especially if you're going to hang out and watch wrestling with me, because I always love watching wrestling with friends. This is the kind of thing I could do on like late on a Saturday night as well, after I've had a couple beers, because the only thing I love more than watching wrestling is watching wrestling a few beers deep. So the people, we have 7 viewers in here now. What the people want, what I've learned here, is people want to watch Joshi wrestling. So welcome to the chat. If you're new here, I don't know, Tuesday night is going to be my wrestling program. I'm going to run down some wrestling news. Then I'm going to do, 3 matches, depending. I have to kind of vet the matches, though. I should have vetted that Nyla Rose Max Impaler match because it was 2 minutes long. But this has been a great back and forth competition. I wanted matches that were about the length of the first one we watched from NSW, and I think those local indie matches will be my bread and butter for a while. See, Fritz says, I got this playing on my TV and sipping on a brew. And here I'll scream, bud. That's awesome. If I can quickly find another match, since it's only 8:36, and I think this... Oof! Oh my god, did you see that? Look at this! Oh, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh, that's like that Shayna Baszler... She puts your arm like this, and then stomps on your elbow move. Oh. Oof. It's like the old cruiserweight spots from WCW. The old chain wrap. Oh! And that referee almost got kicked in the face there. Boom! When I was in wrestling school, we called the fall on your butt, like sitting back style, and that, like taking a second to fall over style, we called those the Japanese style. Wow. See, I don't know their finishers. I don't know. I mean, a pinning combination probably isn't going to be a finisher, but like, this seems towards the end of the match. Referees getting paid tonight. Those have all been, yeah, I gotta give a little bit of this to that. Those were all 2 3/4 pinning combination attempts. Now she's gonna put her in some messed up fucking octopus hold. I don't want to be that guy, but the referee could have counted 3 there and it would have been fine. Obviously, that's not... Come on, guys. Come on. Holy shit. You gotta slow it down just a hair. There it is. And still, AZM. Wow. I'm sweating. I'm sweating from that. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, if that one here, let's see the finish here. That was crazy. So I would watch them wrestle again because I want to know what their actual finishers are. I guess you get a trophy when you win a match. What do you think? Do you want to watch this next match? Oh, the other Stardom wrestler I know is Yuka Sakazuki or whatever, Sakazaki, who's also in AEW all the time. Who's next? Oh, I recognize this next person. Okay, how long is this? 15 to... You guys got 10 more minutes in ya? You want to watch one more Stardom? Because that last match, mate, I'm hype. I'm hype and it's loaded. Let me know. Psycho Rarity's here. What's up, Psycho? I watched your... I had your fight stream on like all afternoon today. Just listen to you interact with chat. That was good stuff. All right, let's check out one more match. Okay, these girls are a little bit. I think this is for the World of Stardom Championship too. Okay. Yeah, this would be like the heavyweight division comparatively, I think, because they look way taller than the last two. Awesome Fritz. I swear this might just turn into me learning about Joshi wrestling show, because it's like the missing link in my wrestling knowledge. I know a lot about North American wrestling, men's and women's. I know a lot about like New Japan. I know a pretty good amount about like indies. Maybe I'll have a GCW night or like an old hardcore night. I don't love hardcore, but I don't know if you can show blood on Twitch, honestly. Is there a black and white filter I can put over? Oh yeah, okay. Just jump from the very tippy top. I don't know these people's names, unfortunately, so sorry about that. I'll do some research and figure out who the wrestlers are before I actually do a wrestling show about them. So this also has a bit more of a big fight feel already. Listen to those punches. Wow, the clothesline. The striking is so brutal. A power bomber to straight to hell. Power bomber straight to hell. Oh, right into a Hurricanrana. It's funny because they're speaking Japanese, but then you'll hear very audible English names for wrestling, because that dude said Hurricanrana. And he also said count of two. Oof. It's like Randy Orton's signature, but instead of the middle rope, it's the top. So Fritz says, blood is prohibited on Twitch. My buddy was watching some old GCW and got banned pretty quick. Okay, that's good to know. Okay, that's Syuri. Syuri. See, MMA. Man, how tall are they? They're both like, gotta be 6 feet, 6'1". And the kicks are just brutal. Oh. There we go, big power bomb. Oh. This is like Scott Hall versus Kevin Nash, but if they were Asian women. You know, I could show some GCW if I just show Jack Cartwheel, who's my favorite GCW guy anyway. His name is Jack Cartwheel, and he just does cartwheels. His name's Jack Cartwheel. He does cartwheels. Fritz says, good old-fashioned strong style. Yep, this is the definition of the term strong style right now. Ugh. Before Shinsuke Nakamura went to WWE, he was like my guy for a very long time. They kind of watered him down. Like, he's still pretty good. Like, he's still compared to other WWE people, but... But man, when he was like the IC champion, the New Japan Intercontinental champion, and like his Stardom matches, or his New Japan Wrestle Kingdom matches were incredible. But there are some other smaller promotions I could probably get away with showing, like hell, Impact. Impact probably doesn't care. They love the promotion. They could use 7 more viewers. Also, notably, is now a local promotion for Ontario. It's the Atham headquarters are in Ottawa. Fritz says they water down Shinsuke and Asuka so bad. That's true. At least with Asuka, like, the women's division is probably the more interesting division in WWE as far as wrestling goes. Because since they had like the women's revolution or whatever, which is bullshit marketing, but they actually started letting them wrestle long matches. They kind of are like the cruiserweight division. And I find that Asuka is allowed to do a bit. But the difference is night and day compared to her wrestling Suzuki, the Murder Grandpa, and punching him as hard as she can in the face. And then him punching her as hard as he can in the face. And them both laughing it off. Like, oh my god, look at this hold. This is brutal. Got to the ropes, just in time. But Shinsuke Nakamura is the worst offender of it, because he used to run across the ring and kick you in the head, and now he doesn't do it like that. He still does have a banger intro. I even liked his heel intro. And just like I was saying earlier, how Mikey Ruckus is sort of the new Jim Johnston. Jim Johnston, I can't remember. Def Rebel, who's doing the new WWE themes, can't write a wrestling theme to save his life. I kind of like Roman's new theme, but everything else I absolutely hate. And I think I only like Roman's theme because I was so sick of Dan it, Dan it, Dan it, Dan, Dan. Which is just a slowed down version of Taz's theme. Oh yeah, classic. Just kick her head into the next dimension now. Boom. Ouch. Ouch. See, another thing comparatively from the last match is this doesn't have any comedy stuff in it. This is like... This feels like a main event. There it is. There it is. I believe that's hands still because when it, you can tell when no matter any language when there's a new champ. But you see the people run in and they ice pack their necks and they give them water. It's a thing I'd like to see in North American wrestling. So that was like a modified one-wing angel almost. That was a good solid match. So you don't like the Almighty theme song? You know what? That one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Do you know? I don't. Yeah, I guess it's the weird synth. One Wang Angel. Thanks, Steve. It's one Wang Angel. I'm not sure. I'm not sure who the name. Let's see what the names were. So Syuri versus Himeka. Let's see here. They said during the match. I think it was Syuri. Oh, what's up, Dex? I didn't even realize that was you, buddy. Let's see here. Was that Syuri? Yeah, I think that's Syuri. All right. Well, that's going to be it for me tonight. I'm glad I watched another match because that pushed me up to just about an hour. I don't have a whole lot to say as like an outro, honestly, because you know, I do my thing, all the day and all the time. Check out my cool frozen face because I can never really figure this out. Maybe if I stop share. Oh, there it goes. That should be good now, right? Yeah, perfect. So yeah, I just some show notes. Thank you for watching tonight. She's got MMA fights, eh? I can truly see that. That was brutal. Bugusi Wang Angel. Oh, Dex, you gotta pick up on the lingo, buddy. We call our fans the Bugusi gang now. We're no longer Mega Pints. We've come a ways. Speaking of, stay tuned after this. I think Steve is going to play some Sea of Thieves. Mega Pints is one of our. You're a Mega Pint in the Bugusi gang if you are watching Steve play Sea of Thieves. How about that? And let's see. I want to make sure I got all the chat. I just checked here. Dexter says, yeah, she's got MMA fights. I was late to the party. Oh man, I like Mega Pints, and I'm down to Wang, I guess. Lol. That's true. We're all down to Wang here. We're a bunch of Mega Pint, True Seer, Bugusi gang, Wangs. And when you're in the Bugusi Wang gang, oh my god. What is my life? When you're in the Bugusi Wang gang, you are a true seer.